Dante and Tabitha Moore's son recently started kindergarten at Pflugerville Elementary. He's 5 years old and has autism, and on September 4th, they noticed he wasn't acting like himself after school.
He said, my hand hurts. I said, your hand? And he said, yes. I said, well, what's wrong with your hand? He said, she broke it. She bent it back. And he was gesturing like this. She bent it back. I said, who? Who bent it back? And he said, my teacher.
They took him to the hospital, doctors finding fractures on his ring and little fingers. CPS and Pflugerville ISD police starting their investigations. The Moores say their son had told another teacher his hand hurt.
No one gave him aid. Ice pack. No one took him to the nurse. No one called his parents. No one called us. So our child sat in school
for hours.
For most of the day with a broken hand.
The ball was dropped.
Dante says their child has behavior plans, and his teacher was communicative before that day.
First off, it's hurt, right? And then there's that sadness. Then there's anger of like, did you really allow a 5-year-old kid to sit in pain because he didn't do something you probably wanted him to? We still don't really know the full reason.
He says in meetings, the teacher claimed self-defense.
What I hear, self-defense. That's atrocious. That's egregious to even say you're trying to defend yourself from a 5-year-old.
A letter from the school's principal reads in part, "We were informed by a fellow parent that there was an unfortunate incident where a student was injured during the school day, allegedly by a teacher. As soon as we were informed of this, we contacted our PFISD police and administration, and the teacher was immediately placed on leave while we conducted a thorough investigation. I want to reassure you that the teacher is no longer employed by the district. Campus staff has contacted all parents of students in the classroom individually. We understand the gravity of these situations, and the safety of our students has always been our top priority." Pflugerville ISD adds the case was sent to police for further action, and they're working on disciplinary actions with the other teacher.
In every community, the foundation of a child's future is built within the walls of their school. These institutions are not merely places of learning. They are environments where young minds are shaped, identities are formed, and self-worth is cultivated. For Black children, the school experience can be profoundly different. The specter of racism often looms large, influencing how they are treated, how they learn, and how they see themselves in a world that frequently undervalues their existence. It is imperative that we confront the uncomfortable truth. Our children deserve teachers who not only recognize their potential, but actively work to uplift them rather than diminish them. The alarming frequency of reports highlighting racial bias in schools should serve as a wake-up call for all of us. Incidents of discriminatory behavior, whether subtle or overt, can leave lasting scars on a child's psyche. When educators exhibit bias, consciously or unconsciously, it undermines the very essence of education. A teacher's role should be to inspire and nurture, yet when they allow prejudice to influence their interactions, they perpetuate a cycle of oppression that has long plagued our communities. Imagine a young Black child walking into a classroom filled with hope and ambition, only to be met with skepticism and low expectations from their teacher. Such experiences are not isolated. They are a reality for many. Research consistently shows that Black students are often disproportionately subjected to disciplinary actions, receive harsher treatment, and face lower academic expectations. This systemic bias fosters an environment where children feel unwelcome, unwanted, and unvalued. The importance of addressing these issues goes beyond the classroom. Our schools must be sanctuaries where every child feels safe and respected. It is crucial for parents, community leaders, and school administrators to prioritize hiring educators who are not only qualified, but also culturally competent. Educators must be trained to recognize and combat their biases, understand the unique challenges faced by Black students, and be equipped with the tools to create an inclusive environment. Furthermore, we must advocate for curriculum changes that reflect the diverse histories and contributions of Black people. When children see themselves represented in the materials they study, it affirms their identity and fosters a sense of belonging. A curriculum that honors diversity not only benefits Black students, but enriches the educational experience for all. As a community, we must hold schools accountable. This means demanding transparency regarding disciplinary policies, teacher training programs, and the diversity of faculty. We need to create forums for dialogue where parents can voice their concerns and work collaboratively with educators to ensure that our children's needs are met. Advocacy and engagement are essential. We cannot afford to remain passive while our children's futures are at stake. The fight against racism in our schools is not merely an educational issue. It is a moral imperative. We owe it to our children to create spaces where they can thrive, free from the burden of prejudice. By ensuring that our educators are equipped to uplift rather than oppress, we pave the way for a brighter, more equitable future. Our children deserve nothing less than a full embrace of their potential, and it is our responsibility to guarantee that their schools become a nurturing ground for their growth. The time for change is now, and it begins with us.